In a mystical kingdom where love is both a blessing and a curse, an enchanted maiden named Elara finds herself shackled by her family's expectations. As she gazes at the distant mountains, she dreams of a life beyond her chains. But fate has woven a web of obstacles that threaten to trap her forever. Elara was destined to marry a prince, a union designed to unite their warring families. Yet her heart belonged to a mysterious stranger she had met in the moonlit woods. Their stolen moments were fraught with danger and passion, weaving a secret love that could shatter her family's plans. But whispers in the wind warned of the consequences of defying fate. Elara's family discovered her secret, and soon the chains of her impending marriage tightened around her heart. As the wedding day approached, her dreams felt more like nightmares. Determined to break free, Elara sought the guidance of a wise old woman living deep within the enchanted woods. The woman spoke of a powerful spell that could sever the chains of fate, but warned Elara of the great sacrifice it would require. With her heart pounding, Elara made her way back to her lover, vowing to fight for their love. Under the stars, they plotted their escape, a daring plan that would take them away from the chains of her royal life. As the wedding day dawned, Alara donned her bridal gown, the weight of her decision heavy on her shoulders. With each step toward the altar, she felt the chains tightening, yet her heart yearned for freedom and love. As guests filled the grand hall, Alara caught a glimpse of her lover hidden among the crowd. Their eyes met, and in that moment, a spark ignited within her, pushing her to take a leap of faith. Just as the ceremony began, Elara made her choice. With a heart full of courage, she tore away from the altar, breaking the chains of expectation that had bound her. The room gasped in disbelief, but her heart raced with newfound freedom. Elara's lover joined her in the chase, their hearts beating in unison as they fled the castle. The moon illuminated their path, and every step felt like a defiance against fate itself. They were two souls bound by love, ready to face the world together. But fate had a way of catching up. As they ran, dark clouds gathered, and thunder rumbled in the distance, a reminder of the consequences of their choices. Would they be able to escape the wrath of their families in the kingdom? In the heart of the enchanted woods, they stumbled upon a hidden glade where magic was said to flow freely. Here, the wise old woman's words echoed in Alara's mind, urging her to harness the power of love to break their chains once and for all. Elara closed her eyes, drawing on the energy of their love, willing the chains of fate to dissolve. Her lover held her close, their hearts beating as one, as the air around them crackled with energy and hope. As the magic surged, the chains binding them shattered, sending shards of light into the night sky. They were free, no longer just pawns in a game of destiny, but warriors of their own fate, ready to embrace the unknown. But freedom came with a price. The storm raged, and the forest around them twisted with fury. Elara's heart raced as she realized their choice had awakened ancient forces eager to reclaim what was lost. As they made their way through the tempest, they heard the anguished cries of their families echoing through the trees. Each cry weighed heavily on Elara's heart, reminding her of the love and pain left behind. Just when hope seemed lost, a glimmer of light broke through the clouds. A figure emerged, cloaked in shimmering robes, revealing herself as the guardian of love. She offered Elara a choice, to restore peace or continue their fight for freedom. Elara's heart raced as she pondered the guardian's words. Would she sacrifice her love for peace, or would she fight against the tides of fate, risking everything for the life she had chosen? In that moment of choice, Elara realized that true freedom came from embracing love, not fleeing from it. She took a deep breath and made her decision, her voice steady and unwavering. Elara chose to fight for her love, declaring that their hearts were stronger together than apart. The guardian smiled, and with a wave of her hand, the storm calmed, revealing a path lined with stars. As they walked down the shimmering path, the echoes of their families faded into the background. Elara felt the chains of her past fall away, replaced by a sense of belonging and hope for the future. With each step, they embraced their new destiny, one where love triumphed over the constraints of fate. The night sky above them twinkled with promise, illuminating their way forward into the unknown. Together, they ventured into a world uncharted, guided by their love and the lessons learned from the chains that once bound them. Alara's journey was a testament to the power of love, showing that true freedom lies in the courage to follow one's heart. And so, the Enchanted Maiden broke free not just from her chains, but from the fears that held her captive. Their love story would inspire others to embrace love against all odds, proving that destiny can be rewritten. Alara stood at the edge of the enchanted forest, breathless and exhilarated. The moon cast silver light upon the ancient trees, whispering secrets of love and destiny. With each step, her heart raced, filled with hope and apprehension, as she prepared to confront the unseen forces that sought to keep her tethered to her past. As she ventured deeper, the air thickened with enchantment, and Alara felt the pull of an ancient magic. It was a force that both beckoned her forward and warned her to turn back. Yet her resolve hardened. She would not let fear dictate her fate any longer. Suddenly, a rustle in the bushes startled her, and from the shadows emerged a mysterious figure cloaked in shimmering silver. It was Lysander, the guardian of the forest, his eyes filled with both admiration and caution as he approached her with a knowing smile. "Elara, your courage brings you here at a perilous time," he said, his voice a melodious whisper. "The chains of fate are strong, but your heart is stronger. You must decide whether to forge ahead or retreat to safety. The choice is yours, and the consequences may be dire." Alara met his gaze, her resolve unwavering. "I will not turn back, Lysander. Love is worth the risk, and I cannot let destiny define me. I seek to break free, not just from chains, but from the fear that binds me to this fate. I need your guidance." Lysander nodded, sensing her passion. "To escape your fate, you must embrace the truth of your heart. Follow me to the Grove of Whispers, where ancient spirits can aid you. But be warned, the trials ahead will test your love and resolve." Together they traversed the enchanted woods, the air heavy with a sense of impending change. Shadows danced around them, and Alara could feel the weight of eyes watching her every move. But she pressed on, fueled by the fire of her heart. Upon reaching the Grove of Whispers, Alara was enveloped in a serene glow. The spirits of the forest emerged, their voices intertwining in a melodic chant, urging her to reveal her innermost desires and fears. This was her moment of truth. "I wish to love freely, without the constraints of fate," Alara cried out, her voice echoing through the grove. The spirits paused, their luminous forms flickering as if pondering her plea. Was she ready to accept the consequences of such a declaration? Just then, a chilling breeze swept through the grove, and a somber spirit stepped forward, its face shrouded in shadows. "Love is powerful, child, but it comes with a price. Are you prepared to pay it?" The weight of the question hung heavy in the air. Alara hesitated, the gravity of the spirit's words sinking in. She thought of Kaelin, the love she had fought for, and the bond that tied their fates together. "I am willing to face anything for love, even if it means sacrificing my own peace." The somber spirit nodded slowly, revealing a glimpse of its ancient wisdom. "Then so be it. Embrace the path ahead. But remember, true love is tested in the darkest of times. Trust in your heart, and the chains of fate may yet unravel." With a renewed sense of purpose, Elara felt the weight of the spirit's blessing envelop her. The grove began to shimmer with vibrant energy, and she knew she was on the precipice of something monumental. Love awaited her, but so did trials unknown. As the grove faded into twilight, Elara and Lysander emerged with newfound determination. The world outside was shifting, and whispers of a looming storm echoed through the trees. It was a metaphor for the trials they would soon face. They walked side by side, ready to confront the challenges ahead. The bond between Alara and Lysander had deepened, their shared purpose uniting them against the shadows of destiny. Together, they were unstoppable. Suddenly, a flash of lightning illuminated the night, revealing a figure lurking in the distance. It was a dark sorceress, her eyes blazing with malice. "You dare to defy fate, child?" She laughed, her voice chilling as the wind howled around them. Elara's heart raced at the sight of the sorceress. "I seek to claim my own destiny," she shouted defiantly. The sorceress smirked, her laughter echoing through the forest, challenging Elara's resolve. "Claim it then, but know this: love and destiny are intertwined, and I will not let you escape." The sorceress raised her staff, dark tendrils of magic swirling around her. Elara and Lysander exchanged a knowing glance, their bond strengthening in the face of danger. "We stand together against you," Lysander declared, stepping forward to shield Elara. Together, they felt the power of their love surging through them, ready to face the impending storm. The forest responded, the air crackling with energy. The sorceress unleashed a torrent of dark magic towards them, but Elara raised her hands, and a brilliant light erupted from her heart. It clashed with the darkness, illuminating the night and revealing the true power of love. As the forces collided, Elara felt the chains of her fate beginning to dissolve. The darkness shrieked, recoiling from her light. This was her moment, a testament to the courage she had embraced. Would love prevail? In the midst of the battle, the grove began to shimmer with hope. Whispers of encouragement surrounded Elara, lending strength to her resolve. The spirits of the forest were with her, guiding her toward a destiny rewritten by love. With one final push, Elara focused all her love into a brilliant beam of light, directing it toward the sorceress. "You cannot bind me, for my heart is free," she declared, the light exploding forth in a magnificent display. The beam struck the sorceress, enveloping her in blinding light. For a moment, time stood still, and Elara felt the weight of fate shifting. The chains of her past crumbled away, leaving only the promise of a new beginning. As the darkness dissipated, Elara and Lysander stood together, hearts racing but spirits soaring. They had faced the storm and emerged victorious, their love shining brighter than ever. Yet, the path ahead was still uncertain, and new challenges awaited. In the distance, a new adventure beckoned. Elara felt the call of her destiny, intertwined with the love that had brought her this far. Together, they would explore the realms beyond, seeking the next chapter of their extraordinary journey. Elara and Lysander stepped forward into the unknown, a testament to the bond they had forged against all odds. Their story was far from over. It was merely the beginning of a tale written in the stars, where love and destiny danced together. Elara and Lysander ventured deeper into the enchanted forest, where shadows danced around them like whispers of forgotten tales. Each step they took felt heavy with the weight of their destinies, intertwined yet fraught with uncertainty. The path ahead shimmered with magic, promising both danger and discovery, yet they pressed on, determined to find their way. Suddenly, a chilling breeze swept through the trees, carrying the echoes of ancient spirits. They spoke of a powerful enchantment that bound Elara to her past, a fate she could not escape alone. Lysander's grip tightened on her hand, a silent promise that he would stand by her side as they faced whatever challenges lay ahead. As they journeyed further, they stumbled upon a hidden glade illuminated by the light of 1,000 fireflies. In the center lay a stone altar, adorned with inscriptions of old. Intrigued yet wary, Elara approached, sensing that this place held the key to unraveling her fate, if only she could decipher its secrets. Kneeling before the altar, Elara traced her fingers over the inscriptions, feeling a surge of energy connect her to the past. Each symbol told a story of love and sacrifice, echoing her own struggles. As she whispered a prayer for guidance, the air shimmered, and a vision of her ancestors appeared, revealing the truth of her lineage and the weight of her destiny. The vision unveiled a tale of an ancestor who had once faced a similar choice, caught between love and duty. Elara learned that the only way to break the chains binding her was to confront the dark force that had cursed her family for generations. Fear flickered in her heart, but alongside it burned the flame of determination. Lysander, sensing her inner turmoil, stepped closer, whispering words of encouragement. He promised Elara that together they would face the darkness. With newfound resolve, she stood, feeling the weight of her family's legacy balancing on her shoulders. They would not let fear define their journey. They were bound by love and purpose. As they left the glade, the air grew thick with anticipation, and a sense of urgency coursed through Elara. Each moment felt like a heartbeat echoing her fate. The enchanted forest began to change around them, revealing hidden paths that twisted like the secrets of their lives. They ventured onward, knowing they were drawing closer to the dark force that awaited them. The couple reached a clearing where an ominous castle loomed on the horizon, shrouded in dark clouds. Legends spoke of the castle's master, a sorcerer who thrived on the despair of lovers. It was here that Alara's ancestor had fallen victim to his cruel games. The air crackled with magic, and Alara felt the weight of history pressing against her. Determined to confront the sorcerer, Elara and Lysander approached the castle gates, which creaked open as if anticipating their arrival. The atmosphere within was thick with enchantment and sorrow, the walls whispering the tales of those who had entered but never returned. They took a deep breath, steeling themselves for the trials that awaited them. Inside, they were greeted by a dimly lit hall adorned with the remnants of lost love. Portraits of past victims lined the walls, their eyes seemingly following Elara as she walked. Each portrait told a story of heartache, a warning of the sorcerer's power. Elara's resolve wavered momentarily, but Lysander's presence grounded her. In the center of the hall stood the sorcerer, cloaked in shadows and mystery, his eyes gleaming with malice. "Welcome, dear Elara," he hissed, his voice smooth as silk yet laced with venom. "I've been expecting you. You've come to reclaim your fate. But know this, love alone will not save you here." Elara's heart raced as the sorcerer's words echoed in her mind. She grasped Lysander's hand tightly, drawing strength from their bond. "We will not be defined by your darkness," she declared boldly. The sorcerer laughed, a chilling sound that reverberated through the hall, and the shadows began to swirl around them. A challenge set forth. With a flick of his wrist, the sorcerer unleashed a tempest of dark magic, threatening to engulf the couple in despair. Elara felt the cold tendrils of fear reaching out, but she remembered the stories of her ancestors. Channeling their strength, she called upon the magic within her, awakening an ancient power. Elara's heart surged with determination as she thrust her hands forward, a radiant light bursting forth to counter the darkness. The two forces collided, creating a blinding flash that illuminated the hall. Lysander stood by her side, their energies merging in a spectacular display of love fighting against despair. As the light pushed back the shadows, the sorcerer's confidence faltered. His sneer transformed into a grimace of surprise as the power of love began to unravel his dark magic. "Impossible!" he roared, attempting to regain control, but the bond between Elara and Lysander only grew stronger, fueled by their unyielding love. With each pulse of their combined energy, the hall began to tremble, the portraits of lost souls fading as the sorcerer's grip weakened. Elara could feel the chains of her past loosening, the air thick with the scent of freedom. She knew they were on the brink of breaking the cycle of despair that had haunted her family for generations. But the sorcerer, now desperate, summoned his final spell, a dark vortex swirling around him, threatening to engulf everything in its path. Elara felt the shift in energy, the pull of despair trying to reclaim her. With a fierce determination, she and Lysander stood firm, their love creating a barrier against the encroaching darkness. As the vortex drew closer, Elara closed her eyes, drawing deep from the well of her ancestors' strength. A vision engulfed her, showing the moment her ancestor had failed, but she refused to accept that fate. Instead, she envisioned a different outcome, a powerful force of love that could break any curse, no matter how dark. With newfound clarity, Alara opened her eyes, a fierce glow illuminating her features. "We are not just lovers, we are a force of nature," she shouted, unleashing all her power into a radiant beam toward the vortex. The light surged forward, clashing with the darkness, creating an explosion that reverberated throughout the castle. The collision of light and dark erupted in a cataclysmic burst, shaking the very foundations of the castle. Elara felt the chains of her fate shatter, freeing not just herself but the spirits of those trapped by the sorcerer's curse. A cacophony of voices filled the air, echoing gratitude as they soared toward the heavens. As the dust settled, Alara and Lysander stood amidst the remnants of darkness. Their bond stronger than ever, they turned to find the sorcerer fading into nothingness, his power extinguished by the love they had fought for. The air around them shimmered with hope, and the castle began to transform, flowers blooming in the cracks of the stone. Alara felt the weight of her family's history lift, replaced by a sense of freedom and renewal. Together, they left the castle's remnants behind, stepping into a world reborn. The enchanted forest welcomed them back with open arms, and the sunlight poured through the trees, illuminating their path forward. In the heart of the forest, they discovered a hidden grove where ancient trees whispered secrets of love and destiny. The air was thick with the scent of blooming flowers, and as Alara and Lysander embraced, they felt the magic of their connection deepen. This grove was a sanctuary, a place where they could finally rest and reflect on their journey. As they sat together, Alara shared her vision of the future, where love would triumph over adversity. Lysander listened intently, his heart swelling with pride. He realized that their journey had not just been about breaking curses, but about discovering themselves and the true power of love. They were not merely survivors, they were warriors of their fate. Suddenly, the ground quaked beneath them, and the grove shimmered as a portal opened, revealing a glimpse of their next challenge. A distant land awaited them, filled with uncharted territories and new adventures. Alara and Lysander exchanged determined glances, their spirits ignited by the promise of discovery that lay ahead. With a shared nod, they stepped through the portal, leaving behind the comforts of the grove. On the other side, they found themselves in a land where the sun kissed the mountains and rivers sparkled like jewels. It was a realm untouched by darkness, yet they could sense the remnants of ancient magic lingering in the air. As they explored this new world, they encountered creatures of wonder, mythical beings that embodied the spirit of this land. Each being shared tales of their connection to the land and the importance of preserving harmony. Elara and Lysander realized that their journey was not just about their love, but also about protecting this magical realm from future threats. One creature, a majestic unicorn with a shimmering mane, approached Elara. Sensing her pure heart, it spoke of a darkness that loomed on the horizon, threatening to engulf this land. With newfound purpose, Elara and Lysander vowed to unite with these creatures, forming an alliance to safeguard the beauty and magic of the realm. Together, they began devising a plan to combat this encroaching darkness. The creatures shared their wisdom, teaching Elara and Lysander ancient spells and rituals that would strengthen their bond with the land. Each lesson deepened their understanding of love's power, expanding their hearts and minds to encompass the entire realm. As they trained alongside their newfound allies, Elara felt a transformation within herself. The magic of the land flowed through her, awakening latent abilities she never knew she possessed. With each passing day, she grew more confident, ready to embrace her role as a protector of both love and the realm. Finally, the day arrived when the darkness threatened to strike. As the ominous clouds rolled in, Elara gathered her allies, her heart pulsing with courage. They formed a protective circle, channeling their energy into a barrier of light to hold back the tide of despair. The air crackled with anticipation, the fate of the realm hanging in the balance. The darkness surged forward, a wave of despair threatening to swallow them whole. Alara felt the weight of her ancestors' hopes resting on her shoulders. With a resolute heart, she let the light within her ignite, pushing back against the shadows. The bond of love and unity fueled their resistance, creating a brilliant shield of hope. With a mighty roar, the darkness clashed against their barrier, sending shockwaves through the land. Elara and her allies held strong, bolstered by the love that had brought them together. The clash of forces illuminated the sky, painting it with vibrant hues as they fought to protect their world from despair. As the battle raged on, Elara felt the energy of her allies merging with hers, forming an unbreakable bond. Their spirits intertwined, creating a powerful force that surged toward the darkness. With every ounce of strength, they pushed forward, refusing to let despair extinguish their light. In a final act of defiance, Elara raised her hands high, embodying the love and strength of all their allies. A brilliant beam of light erupted from her, breaking through the darkness like a beacon. The shadows quivered, and for the first time, doubt flickered in their midst as hope illuminated the battlefield. The clash reached its peak, and the darkness began to crumble under the weight of their collective love. Elara could feel the chains of despair breaking, one by one. With a final surge of energy, she and her allies unleashed everything they had, creating a radiant explosion that scattered the dark clouds and filled the sky with light. As the last remnants of darkness dissipated, Elara fell to her knees, overwhelmed by the energy that coursed through her. The land breathed a sigh of relief as the sun broke through the clouds, bathing everything in warmth and light. The creatures of the realm rejoiced, knowing they were safe once more. Lysander rushed to her side, a look of awe and admiration on his face. "You did it, Elara! You broke the chains of despair," he exclaimed, pulling her into a warm embrace. In that moment, amidst the celebration, they realized that they had not only saved the realm but had also uncovered the true essence of their love. As the creatures gathered around them, Elara and Lysander shared their story, inspiring others with their journey of love and courage. They spoke of the importance of unity and strength in the face of despair, igniting hope in the hearts of those who listened. Their love became a beacon of inspiration, setting the stage for future generations. In the days that followed, the realm flourished, restored by the love and magic that Elara and Lysander had brought to it. Together, they continued to protect their world, exploring uncharted lands and forging new alliances. Their adventures were just beginning, and with each new challenge, they grew stronger, their love deepening with every experience. One day, while wandering through a lush meadow, they stumbled upon an ancient artifact that pulsed with energy. As they examined it, a vision enveloped them, revealing a prophecy that spoke of a greater destiny yet to unfold. The artifact resonated with their love, hinting at challenges that would test them in ways they had never imagined. Elara's heart raced as the prophecy revealed images of trials that lay ahead. They would face new adversaries, each one more formidable than the last. But as the vision unfolded, it also showed glimpses of triumph, a testament to the power of their unwavering love. They exchanged a determined glance, ready to embrace whatever challenges awaited them. With the artifact in hand, they returned to their allies, eager to share the prophecy and prepare for the trials to come. The creatures listened intently, each one offering wisdom and guidance. Together, they forged a plan that would not only protect their realm, but also empower each other in the face of adversity. As they prepared for the trials, Elara felt a surge of anticipation mixed with anxiety. She knew that each challenge would demand everything they had, testing the very core of their love and strength. Yet, deep down, she believed that together they could conquer any obstacle, for their hearts were intertwined with the magic of the realm. The first trial was upon them, a challenge that required both courage and wit. As they faced the formidable adversary, a shadowy beast born from their fears, Elara remembered the power of unity. With Lysander by her side, They called upon their allies, channeling their collective strength to confront the darkness together. The beast roared, its eyes glowing with malice as it lunged toward them. Elara and Lysander stood their ground, hearts pounding in unison. They raised their hands, unleashing a wave of light that clashed against the darkness, fueled by their love and the bonds they had forged with their allies. The clash of forces echoed across the realm, a battle between light and darkness that would determine their fate. Alara felt the energy of her allies merging with hers, creating a powerful force that surged against the beast. Together, they embodied love's resilience, refusing to back down even as the shadows threatened to consume them. With each pulse of light, Elara felt the chains of fear breaking, one by one. The beast faltered, its menacing growl turning into a whimper as the light pressed onward. Encouraged by their progress, Elara and Lysander pushed forward, determined to overcome the darkness that had plagued them for so long. In one final act of defiance, the beast unleashed a roar, a last attempt to engulf them in despair. But Elara and Lysander, together with their allies, summoned every ounce of strength, creating a blinding light that engulfed the beast and scattered the shadows once and for all. As the light faded, Elara opened her eyes to see the beast dissipating into nothingness, its shadowy form scattered like ashes in the wind. They stood victorious, their hearts swelling with pride. In that moment, they knew that no darkness could ever extinguish the light of their love, and together, they would face whatever trials awaited them next.